Hi, I'm Evelyn, your personal therapist and yoga instructor, and today I'm going to give you 7 things that you can do to become a better version of yourself. But I'd like you to ask yourself first, what does being a better version of yourself look like, and why is it that you're trying to become a better version of yourself? So often when we are trying to improve ourselves, we've received some failure feedback in one way or another. So maybe we were rejected by a significant other, maybe we're not doing very well on the dating market, or maybe it's something going on at work, we're not succeeding in the way that we wanted to, we're not being recognized or taken seriously, and we'd like to be more successful. For me, what it looked like becoming a better version of myself was that I was respected, my opinion mattered, I was included, I was able to be kind to others whilst also setting boundaries, so being able to say no, but also being able to communicate that in a kind and articulate way, and liking my job and feeling good within myself and feeling more confident and building my self-esteem. So what are those things for you? It can help to write those things down so that you know exactly what direction am I heading in and which one of these few tricks or tips is going to help me get there. So the first trick, the number one thing that you need to get on top of before you do any of the other things is your diet and exercise. So what diet and what leisure activity is going to make you feel good, be energetic, and show up in the best possible state that you can possibly show up in? So does that mean not going out and getting drunk every Wednesday night and maybe keeping that for one night on the weekend? Does that mean making sure that you sign up to a volleyball game or cricket or football, whatever it is that you play? Or is it going to the gym or dancing or Pilates, yoga? So what thing there is going to make you feel good? Endorphins are real. Cardio gives us endorphin rushes, and so do some of those other exercises. So those things are real, and I talk about this a lot, we have this biochemical factory inside us, and the way that we feel and the way that we're behaving is strongly impacted by that. So if you fuel yourself with the right foods that are going to nourish you and enable you to perform your best physically, and if you look after yourself, so you're getting enough rest, self-care, exercise that's going to support those hormones to operate in the best way possible and optimize them for you, then that's going to put you ahead and become a better version of yourself already. So the next thing I highly recommend is hygiene and presentation. So most of us know this, but not everyone. So really making sure that you are taking how you look seriously so that other people do. The way that you look does matter. Having clean hair, I mean, we don't need to look perfect all the time, but just the general, do your hair, make a little bit of an effort. If you make an effort to look good, then, people are receiving that and they will respond to that. Care about how you look, care about your posture. Postures are surprisingly impactful. So if you're walking around kind of hunched and just a little bit meek, then you are less approachable, and people aren't going to think that you can handle holding something big, or handle having something really important. So, lift your posture, lift your chest. When I started teaching yoga, I had imposter syndrome. Like, I just thought that I had no idea why people would want to come and ask me and come to my class and listen to me and copy what I did. But I had to fake it till I became it. I had to stand strong, wear the posture, like look the part. And that helped me to start believing it as well, because other people believed it straight away, but I didn't. So these things matter: your personal hygiene, your appearance and presentation, and how you hold and carry yourself. We also don't want to overdo that either, though. So we don't want to sort of be getting around like this all the time and like over dramatizing it, but just that confident posture and being alert and being approachable and ready to engage. That's going to help you become a better version of yourself. So number 3, listen to other people. People all often think that they've had the best conversation of their lives when you've enabled them to talk about themselves. Now, this is important because the more you listen to others, the more, this is important information you're getting from the environment. So the more you listen to others, the more that you can start to respond to them in a way that's going to support you being the best version of yourself, because you're going to be received well if you're listening to others and actually comprehend what they are saying and actually think about what people are saying, their preferences and their actions, and how that knowledge is going to empower you to make your decisions and empower you to develop your relationships in the best way possible. This is going to make you a better version of yourself. Number 4, read the room. And number 5, self-awareness. I'll talk about these two together because they link in with each other. So if you're trying to become a better version of yourself, this involves some emotional intelligence and being able to collaborate with others. So this is really important in all areas of our life: family, friends, work, love life. It's definitely going to make you a better version of yourself. So if you're able to read the room, we're talking about how are other people responding to you. And this could be a room of one people or many people. What is the impact of you walking into that room? Are people receiving you well or not? And what were you doing or saying when you walked into the room to get that reception? Having self-awareness not only serves us, so knowing what I like to do and what helps me and what supports me so that I can perform better in my daily life, but also knowing how other people are responding to me. That helped me do better in workplaces. That's helped me do better in business, so customer service. That's helped me when I've had to be in share houses. So there's so many reasons to get good at being self-aware and able to read the room. Number 6, actions speak louder than words. So if you talk a big game, then back it up. Follow through with your actions. If you know that you're not going to follow through, then communicate that. Or if things change and you change your mind later, don't ghost. Ghosting is a really coward act. So, I suppose in some cases ghosting is okay if the other person is being really difficult or really strange in one way or another. But for the most part, ghosting is cowardly and it lacks integrity. And when we lack integrity, we don't feel that great in ourselves anyway. You'll feel better about yourself if you act with integrity and you say what you mean and you mean what you say. This leads into number 7, which is all about communication. Communicating can be really difficult sometimes, and I've had a lot of challenges over the years communicating things, my opinions or my preferences, and doing that in a way that's not offensive to other people. So it's about your tone and it's about your language and your narrative. You can go to a therapist to help develop your narrative, like getting somebody else to listen to what it is that you're saying in a more candid way, and then helping you reframe that in a way that's kinder, gets the message across, but it's not as aggravating or antagonistic to other people. There's self-help books, there's blogs. I'll provide some more videos on communication, that just really getting to know yourself and your values and how to articulate that to others. People are always going to be upset. We're never going to be able to please people all the time. Every choice we make has consequences, some positive, some negative. There are some situations where we're just going to upset somebody one way or another, and you need to draw the line. You need to find that balance. It's okay to compromise sometimes, and it's okay to go out of your way and make a decision because you care about someone else's feelings about it. But if this is an ongoing thing that is actually a bit torturous to you, you're allowed to say no. And some of these closer relationships, particularly with family and relationships, they can be more difficult, and that's where it can be really helpful to get some coaching and some education on how to articulate yourself, and then get comfortable with other people being upset with you. If you don't, it can really lead to disastrous circumstances. Some people will have pent up anger and then have a big explosion, which can cause a big outburst and drama. Other people might manage their stress and tension with drugs and alcohol, which is definitely not supportive to you being the best version of yourself. Or we may just go rogue in some other way, or just completely disengage with people, which isn't necessary. We don't need to do that. So definitely recommend getting yourself educated on how to become a better communicator and advocate for yourself firmly but kindly. If you like the video, please like, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you next time.